Sandra Bullock's space thriller Gravity is showing no sign of falling from first place. It landed at the top of the box office for a second weekend in a row.
Explorer's been hit. Explorer, do you read?
The 3D space epic co-starring George Clooney made $44 million this weekend. The astronaut adventure by Mexican director Alfonso Cuarón has raked in more than $123 million so far. Now back to the captain. Captain Phillips sailed in at number 2, earning $26 million. The high seas drama starring Tom Hanks tells the story of a cargo ship captain held captive by Somali pirates. The action flick is, as you just heard, based on true events and cost $55 million to make.
It's so beautiful!
It's enough to make a grown man cry, but not this man.
All right, not quite Turkey, but Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 gobbled up third place. The animated comedy took in $14 million. The family-friendly sequel has stayed in the top 3 since it opened. Now bringing us the best and worst at the weekend box office. Once again, twitchfilm.com film critic Jason Gorber. Jason, good to see you.
Hi, Scott. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Captain Phillips, is this designed to do well at the Oscars or not?
Well, whether it's designed or not, it's really interesting. The previous piece that you had about the disgruntled ex-crew members. Honestly, this is a film, sort of like Drive, another film that I really love about, that if you know the story already, it's still a very effective film. The film does really well with tension. And honestly, this is not Tom Hanks as sort of a grand heroic character. If you actually watch the film, it plays out pretty much in a very steadfast way. It's quite remarkable. Some of the performances are absolutely stunning. They cast a number of actual Somali immigrants to the United States that they have then cast as the so-called pirates. And the interaction between them, Hanks, and the crew is truly the most remarkable part of this film.
Machete Kills, a film that I've seen ads for this, and I forget the name of the guy who plays the lead role.
Danny Trejo.
But he seemed born to play this role.
Yeah, so here's the deal. You have this guy called Robert Rodriguez who, like Quentin Tarantino, really loves Grindhouse-style films. So Quentin has gone on, they made the film Grindhouse together, 2 parts, and part of that they did a series of trailers, sort of joke trailers, like, wouldn't it be ridiculous if we made this movie? Well, look how ridiculous it is. They made the movie Machete, and then they made the sequel, Machete Kills, which starts with a trailer for the 3rd one, which is basically Machete Kills Again in space.
No way.
Absolutely.
That's the name of the movie?
I believe it's Machete Kills Again and in Space. I believe that's exactly what the title of the film is, actually. The point of the matter is, this is completely ridiculous. You have machine gun bustiers. You have a bunch of people running around. The great, pockmarked, amazing character actor, Danny Trejo, given his chance to shine. And I love this kind of film. It is not a good movie.
Oh,
it's
really?
better than the first one, which was terrible, but it's still not very good. And honestly, I mean, Captain Phillips absolutely is what we're seeing. Machete Kills, not so much.
Okay, tell us a little bit about Bastards. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on TV.
Well, we'll say it anyway. So Claire Denis film, which played Cannes, got a very positive reception at Cannes. Claire Denis is an incredibly challenging, very evocative filmmaker out of France that makes a bunch of films that you either really respond to or really hate. This is about as challenging as you're going to get at the cinema. I do not like her movies very much, but there are people who are huge fans of hers and think she's one of the most important and prominent filmmakers working in the world. This film is playing at a number of art houses throughout the country. There's a big retrospective taking place here at Lightbox, but this is, if you are looking for something way outside the awards hunt or way outside to see your straight-ahead European art film, which basically takes Dominic Strauss-Kahn's story and twists it on its head with really sporadic editing, go for this one. I'm not a huge fan, but there are people that are enormous fans of this kind of film.
Are you a fan of the Canadian film, The Right Kind of Wrong?
Oh my God. So I really want to support Canadian film. There's amazing films out there. We talked about Rhymes for Young Ghouls, which won an award at Vancouver Film Festival. We're really happy about it. This film is the wrong kind of wrong. It is so terrible. It's done by the director who did Benny and June. You'd think you're going to have this light, fluffy, romantic comedy. It's got the guy who plays a Jason on True Blood. So what's wrong with that? Let's have famous people who play guys named Jason. It is set in Banff. You're like, this is going to totally work. It is terrible. So unfortunately, this is one of those TIFF films that plays, that comes out, that will be out in theaters for a short period of time, and is not worth your time, unfortunately. Support Canadian films, but this is not one that you have to go out of your way to see. There's plenty of others out there.
I'm a big fan of famous guys named Jason. Jason, thanks very much. A reminder, people can follow you on Twitter at Filmfest_CA. Thanks a lot.
All the best.